Good morning, traders. I hope everyone is doing extremely well. I did read through the comments. Thank you guys for always leaving comments. Someone said to me, could I drop these analysis before the market opens? I normally drop them Sunday night and they are available to my YouTube members, and then it gets released to the public Monday morning. So maybe consider being a member of the channel. But it does release really early Monday morning before the New York Open. So it's Thursday right now, and yesterday was really, really interesting. My community, I read through my Discord, and a lot of people in my community felt like yesterday was a psychology trip, trading US30. Some people kind of chipped away at their accounts. This is just me reading comments and just, being intentional about this video today. So let's go back to yesterday and let's just take a walk through price action. So I'm going to remove this because this was an area of interest that I was looking for at 9:30. We will get back to that. Let's get into where we left off. So I'm happy to know that my analysis have been playing out. This upper area was an area of interest that I wanted price to respect. As you can see, we did sweep the October 3rd sellers. Let's take a look at who those traders were. So here we are. This is where it all started, where we began to break structure to the downside and where we got that drop here. And from that area, from this low, price has been making its way back up to this area. So this was the area that I wanted to see price come back to, and we actually swept them. So when we have an area where there's a lot of sellers and a bearish market and prices climbing back up, it's probably to come back to sweep those traders, because as price is going back to that area, people want to sell again. So we got that sweep. We did not get a closed body candle. So you should not have been looking to take buys in that specific area. So here's that sweep. Here's what it looks like. And on the smaller time frame, it very much does look like breaks of structure to the upside. But when you look at it on a higher time frame and you zoom out, you can see that it was simply a sweep. After this sweep happens, you want to program your mind to sell. So let's go back down to the smaller time frame. Here's what it looks like. It does in fact look like a closed body candle, as mentioned. And what you want to see from this area is that price is breaking structure to the downside. And that's exactly what it does. So by Tuesday, price has got comfortable in a demand zone. You don't want to buy from this demand zone at all. You want to be looking to see where price is going to use this demand zone to push up to then sell. So here's an area beneath this supply right here, because this area had become supply. Price had been trading in between the supply and this demand. And this is an area of interest that maybe you had your eyes on right here. And if your chart looks completely sideways, it'll be really hard to see price action. You want to make sure that you are using, this sidebar here to kind of straighten out your chart. You don't want your chart to look sideways, just like this. It's very hard to find those areas of interest. Always use that sidebar to stretch your chart out just a little bit. What you want to do is find areas of imbalance, right? This is where orders have been left behind. So when I saw this happening here, and this is before that 8:45 yesterday, I started to mark two areas of interest. And one was right here. And I noticed that there was a little supply right here. And the other one was right here. There we go. So here's an internal area where people took sells, but this is not where you want to trade. You don't want to trade in that consolidation. And maybe you did not feel comfortable with taking this trade, this 8:45 trade. What's the next best opportunity? And some people are waiting for that 9:30 open to place a trade, and this was roughly around 8:45 a.m. So if this was outside of your New York session, trading opportunity, then what is the very next step? So you have to already know that you want to sell in a bearish market. You can't go with the flow when the market opens. You have to know which side you stand on. So if you're looking to sell, the only thing that you need to be paying attention to is selling opportunity areas. You don't want to look for buying opportunity areas in a bearish market. It's going to totally confuse you. So let's pay attention to that 9:30 candle. So the 9:30 candle happens right here. What price did was it came down really bearish, It pulled itself back up. I could imagine how many people started to buy from that area, um, thinking that it was just a sweep and that it was wanting to go higher. But the fact is that we were already in premium. We were already breaking structure to the downside. We halted breaking structure to the downside because we had that demand zone. So we were not looking to take any buys. So price pushes down and then it kind of pushes itself back up. And this is where I had a new area of interest. But price does not always have to come back to your specific area. It is your job to pay attention for when price comes close to your area of interest. So normally when price is not going to go back to your area of interest, it's going to do something. It's going to create a supply zone really close to your area. And this is where that supply was being created. So it's really close to your area of interest, but this is price letting you know, hey, I'm not ready to go back up to that area. So this is going to be your new area where you take an opportunity. And this is where I found myself taking an opportunity. If you were looking at my Instagram, you would have seen that this is where I took the opportunity. Some people ask, well, why did you take a trade in the middle? When you're on the smaller time frame, this does look pretty low for an entry, but this is exactly why. And I also gave my areas of interest to my private community. This is the people who are signed up with my broker. Specifically, I have a private group just for them. If you are interested in receiving my daily setups, you might want to click the link in the description, get signed up with my broker, get funded, and get immediate access to my private Discord. And right after this, I'm going to be looking for specific areas of interest for them for today. So outside of that, I do have a private community. You can also click the link in the description for that as well. So guys, after price created this supply zone, this was a really nice trade. Price went down. And created this little wick here. This is around the time where I thought maybe I should be getting out of this trade because price started to kind of wick up a little bit. But I did not get it out in time. So price did take me back up here, still not near my entry. And then it came down beneath this low. And this is where I was able to get out of that trade. After that, I was not interested in placing a trade. You guys can look at my YouTube short as well. I do kind of drop in and give some updates. So I was not interested in taking price lower than that simply because I was anticipating a retest. So after that initial drop, price kind of moved sideways just a little bit. And then it went a little bit lower. Once again, I'm not interested in that kind of setup. So let's go down to the 5 minute time frame. I want to take you back to that area because even after this happened, price came back again. And this is where we measure that premium and that discount. Here's that premium and here's that discount. Price came back again to premium, creating another area of supply. So if you guys are not paying attention to, the patterns that price is creating, you may want to start to pay attention. Is price coming back to order blocks? Is price going for 50% of imbalance, or is price creating supply and demand? So it looks like price has been creating a lot of supply and demand areas. So when you see it happening in real time, you have to learn how to train your body to get comfortable, train your mind to get comfortable with taking those positions. A lot of us are really afraid to take good positions, and then FOMO is allowing us to jump in for the bad positions or close out the good positions early. You have to use those stop losses as a shield and to protect your trading accounts so that way you're not afraid to hold on to really good positions. A lot of you really had, the right idea, but FOMO got in the way. Being afraid to be wrong. And you can't be afraid to be wrong when you're trading. This is you're right or you're wrong. It's either two ways to look at it. So as we go into today, as you know, I'm about to get ready for my New York trading session. What I see for today is that, I still want us to go down to discount. And discount starts here at around 46,274. I'm not sure what that looks like on Trade Locker just yet, but I do see that price has created another area of demand. Very interesting. And what I want to do now is, I want to see if price is now in a swing high and a swing low, and if it's going to climb back to premium. I'm still bearish until we get to discount. So what I want to do is I want to see price kind of push back up into this area of premium. From there, I want to see if price is going to come back here and take out all of the sellers from yesterday, or just simply be comfortable in premium and create another area of supply. This is pretty much what I'm looking at. From there, I like to see price come down into discount. Now, if price should break through this little area of demand that it has created, then I won't take the sell down to this discounted area. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. If this is in fact supply and price does not want to go above this area to premium, it would be my call. I would have to feel extremely comfortable to take a sell down. I know that it would just be to this discounted area. From there, I kind of go back in and see what I wanted to do from there. Ultimately, I would like to see price come down to this lower level. But when price gets close to discount area, I do kind of like to stay out a little bit and just monitor how far down it wants to go, or if it's going to use discount to push back up higher. So this is pretty much what I'm looking for today. I won't target any specific areas other than the fact that if this is demand that's being created, let's get a push up back to premium and sell down. If price is just going to use this area to get down to discount, I want to see if it's going to go back to premium from there, or if price just wants to continue to sell down to that lower area. If that is the case, we have to wait for a break of structure, excuse me, a liquidity sweep, a break of structure, and a retest. So guys, good luck today. Please be calm. Please approach your setups with calmness. Think about trading psychology. Be confident in your setups, and everything will be okay. If you're using proper risk management, that's the best thing that you can do for your trading account, whether you're right or wrong. So, guys, if you gain any value from this, and if you look forward to my videos, please consider subscribing. And I will see you guys on Monday. I will try to release those videos for the public really, really early. So thank you guys for watching, and please click the links in the descriptions if you want to be connected with me further.